Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to learn about complex sentence. How to make complex sentence. So let's start with the video. Now you can see there are total 5 sentences, and what we are going to do is we are going to club these 5 sentences into a single one. So let's understand what's the meaning of these 5 sentences. Number 1, Tina is staying in a single room safe house. Means in what type of house she is staying? She is staying in a single room safe house, right? Then this house is under police protection. So something is mentioned about this house. About which house? The house in which Tina is living, right? This house is under police protection. A majority of runaway couples are the couples who run away for getting married, right? Who run away from their homes. So a majority of runaway couples are taking refuge, taking shelter. Shelter synonym is refuge. Are taking refuge in government run houses across the state. Next sentence is all have to battle financial burden. Now all, what do we mean by all? Means for both we are talking Tina as well as a majority of runaway couples. Means everybody all have to battle financial burden. Battle financial burden means they have to face the financial burden, go through the financial burden. Last sentence is this financial burden weighs them down. Weighs them down means this financial burden worries them, right? Because of this financial burden, they are worried, they are suppressed, they are sad. So I hope you understood the meaning of these 5 sentences. Now what we have to do is we have to club in all these 5 sentences into a single sentence. So let's begin with the first 2 sentences, how to frame one single sentence out of the first 2 sentences. We will begin the sentence with not only, because we are not only talking about Tina, we are talking about everybody. All have to battle financial burden, right? So not only Tina staying in a single room. Now what we have done, we have removed is, right? This is the formula of making one complex sentence. Not only Tina staying in a single room safe house, again we have removed this. House is again is removed, right? Then house is also removed. This house is, 3 words are removed, right? We have already written about house. So what sort of house it is? Under police protection. Simple, that's it. So 2 sentences are combined into a single sentence. Not only Tina staying in a single room safe house under police protection. Now next sentence, a majority of runaway couples are taking refuge in government run houses across the state. So again we are going to add this sentence. Not only Tina staying in a single room safe house under police protection, comma. Now we have to put a comma, right? A majority of runaway couples taking, again we have to remove R, taking refuge in such government run houses across the state. Now what all of them have to do is all have to battle financial burden. Now again look at the sentence. Not only Tina staying in a single room safe house under police protection, a majority of runaway couples taking refuge in such government run houses across the state have to battle financial burden, right? All of them have to face financial burden. Means in this sentence what we have written, we have mentioned where Tina is living, where the majority of runaway couples are living, right? And what they all have to face. Everything we have mentioned all together. Finally, the last thing we are going to mention is the effect of this financial burden. This financial burden weighs them down, makes them unhappy, right? So, not only Tina staying in a single room, safe house under police protection, a majority of runaway couples taking refuge in such government run houses across the state have to battle the financial burden that weighs them down. We have added the word that for what? Financial burden. We are considering financial burden. We are telling about what sort of financial burden it is, means what sort of effect this financial burden has, the financial burden that weighs them down. So this is the end of this video. I hope you got some idea how to frame complex sentence. Thanks so much for watching the video.